Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another Live in Leesburg, where on Fridays I take you behind the scenes of a different department or service provided to you here in the town. I'm Leah Cozen, Assistant Public Information Officer, and all week I was trying to decide what should I preview this Friday, and then I was like, well, spring starts Thursday, and today's the official full day of spring, so what better time than to talk about all the prep going on at our local parks. With me today, making his debut, is our lead groundskeeper, Ray McHenry. Thank you so very much for joining me.
You're welcome.
We are here at Greenway Park. It's on the south side of town. Now that spring is finally here, there's a lot of prep going on in our town parks, and some people may not realize that it's our staff that's doing all of the work. So how soon do you start the winter cleanup and the spring landscaping?
So depending on the winter season, we usually try to get started about late February into early March.
Okay.
And we start to go through all of our parks, including, for example, here at Greenway, and we rake and clean up all the existing landscaping beds and tree rings to remove any leftover winter debris, for example, leaves, weeds, sticks, things of that nature. And then we edge all the beds, tree rings, and then we install fresh new hardwood mulch.
All right, and I was going to ask what this all entails, so I think you covered a lot of it. And here we've got some of our staff members getting ready, loading the mulch and getting other equipment ready to spend your day. I'm going to throw you a question that I didn't prepare you for, but how long does it take to prep a park? I know some parks are larger than others, but what about Greenway, for instance? How long will it take you to get the work done?
Greenway takes about maybe half a day, 3/4 of a day to clean up and prep and get ready for mulch.
Okay.
And then the mulching probably takes about a half a day.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry for putting you on
a day
this.
and a half total for Greenway here.
Okay. All right. And now I know that you have a lot of equipment that you have to bring to all of these locations to make this possible. Can you explain what we have over here?
Yeah. So behind me over here to my left, we have our Bobcat skid loader, which we use to load our Toro UTV cart here.
Okay.
With mulch, which then we transport to the locations, the beds and tree rings. And sometimes, as you see, we use wheelbarrows as well.
Sure.
Depending on the park and the locations of the beds and tree rings. So, but yeah, the carts are really handy.
Sure. Yeah. And are you guys also responsible for cutting the grass, things like that, during the spring and summer season?
The two of our parks we do mow: Potomac Crossing and Edwards Landing. As far as that, the streets department of Public Works, they mow here and the majority of our other parks.
Okay, so what is the upkeep during the spring and summer season, and are there any other updates aside from what you're doing right now?
So the upkeep is as soon as all the parks are done, as far as full maintenance, mulching and so forth, we regularly will visit the parks and pull weeds, prune shrubs during the summer, just to keep the parks as clean and tidy as we can.
Perfect.
And then when early to mid-May rolls around, it's when it's time to do our annual flower rotation. And we plant all of our hanging baskets that go downtown.
Yeah, people love those hanging baskets.
Yeah, planters and all of our bedding plant locations, like the entrance to Idle and East Market.
Okay.
And locations like that.
All right. Well, you have wonderful weather today. It's a little chilly, but I'm sure you guys keep warm as you're moving and working these parks. Thank you so very much for everything that you and your entire team does to keep our town beautiful, and thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And telling
Thank
us
you.
More. Sure.
All right.
And thank you to all of our viewers for tuning in every single week to watch Live in Leesburg. As I've mentioned before, if there's ever a topic you want me to discuss, feel free to drop that comment below, and I will make sure to consider it. Next week, we're going to keep up with the spring theme and talk about Keep Leesburg Beautiful. That kicks off April 1, and we have a nice event coming up on the 5th. So we'll be talking with Deb Moran about that next Friday at 12:30 p.m.